Welcome to NTA's first review ever! Yes! We did it. We finally made it. Number one. Just get this one out of the way. Alright, for our first game, we're going to be reviewing Track Racing Online by a developer that goes by the name of Soulkey. Alright, man. Since you're on the racing game, you've got two games to beat, in my opinion. You got to beat Burnout Paradise and Need for Speed The Run. And you chose Trackmania as a basis for your game, which is a good choice if you want to beat those two awful games. Like the title says, it is an online game, so you're gonna have to either register an account or you could play as a guest. From what I could tell, when you play as a guest, you set a nickname, but you could set your nickname as your username. So I mean, if you were popular, maybe somebody could impersonate you, but you know, I'm not cool enough for that. So I just went ahead and registered an account real quick. Let's go ahead and log in. You didn't see it because I already cleared it out for the day. When you log in, you get a daily bonus that just adds XP and stuff to your account. When you log in consecutively, this will be my second day logging in consecutively, even though I've been slacking gap in the week. So it at least does keep track of that when you're logging in and logging out and stuff. So it does keep track of that pretty well, because it didn't link it all together when I was skipping days. Let's see what we got here. On the right, we've got newsfeed from the developer that tries to keep it up to date with helpful information such as new features being implemented, stuff that's being worked on, and just how I guess I was doing. He says, "Hi all, developer here." Anyway, on our left here, we've got our player profile. You can change your picture on your player profile eventually by leveling up. I haven't got the last two because I'm still only level 5, and those require 6 and 7. But I guess I'll change mine to something else just to show that it does work. I'll be Zombie Man here. Let's see what else we've got here. After that, we can just go ahead and dive into our settings. See what we got. Pretty decent for an indie game, I guess. Let's have a look at the keyboard settings first. Alright, these are controls. They're pretty standard for racing game, WASD for movements. You got some extra buttons that may be important to you. Most of the ones I don't see any point in, like the horn or the headlights. They don't really do anything for you, but they're there if you need them. The two you're really gonna have to be focused on is the revert time one and the restart level. Specifically the restart level, because you're gonna mess up a lot. You can go ahead and get used to that. You also see the button for voice chat down there as Y, but as far as I can tell, the community, which is a pretty decent size that I can say, it's a good amount of people on it, actually. So you won't be bored to tears. I'll get into that later. There is a voice chat, but from what I can tell, people in the community prefer to type out a message. These keys are not rebindable, which becomes a problem later for the controller specifically. As far as I can tell, the keyboard settings work pretty well. They feel decent. They're pretty standard. But the controller ones are pretty difficult to work with, specifically on the different game types such as Capture the Flag and Deathmatch. And I'll get into that later when I get to it. So let's drop down the music. As far as I can tell, I have the music and voice chat sliders all the way up. From what I haven't noticed any music, and I've been playing for a couple days. Maybe that hasn't been implemented in, but if you do get around to it, which you really should, because people stick around for a good soundtrack every now and again. Make sure you get some really good music. Maybe pick up some indie artists that wouldn't mind helping make some music for you. That could help. And I have voice chat turned all the way up just in case I hear someone. I hear a sign of life. But I don't know if the community even knows there's a voice chat yet, or even if it works. But I think it works. I think I talked to a player on there that acknowledged me when I was using voice chat. So we can go ahead and go to the graphics options. I have mine maxed out on Ultra. Even with it all the way on Ultra, it's nothing too strenuous on your computer. I've spoke with some of the people that are in the community. They say they like that it's not too strenuous on your system. Me personally, since I have a slightly beefy computer with a lot of power in it, maybe some updated models, maybe some better textures and stuff, you'll see what that looks like and you can make your opinions on it when we go around to it. And there is an advanced settings option which allows you to do run it in the background, which I'm not sure while it's in here. I should just be able to alt tab and it just keep running without me having to do that. And it enables a clan tag kind of thing down here, which I've set. I'm not sure why that's in an advanced setting, not on my player profile. There's also the smaller resolution and the bigger resolution. From what I can tell, it switches between 4:3 and then 16:9. I wouldn't click that while I'm recording because it does destroy this whole setup I've got going, and you'll be like, no, I've lost recording time. Alright, let's drop into the car select. So right now there's 10 cars in the game, just like the other, just like your profile pictures, you unlock them by levels, but this one's unlocked by medals you earn when you're doing races, and you'll see that later. Right now there's 10 cars. I've got a couple of them. I think I'm missing like 2. They have different stats such as top speed and drift, acceleration and handling. These do seem to have an effect on you, so be mindful of that. Even though you get some of the fastest cars in the beginning, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Like this one is faster than this one, but this one's handle and drift is way better than the last one. So it's a give or take kind of thing, but I'm racing. I just picked up the new car that I got, which was this one, and it's almost completely maxed out. And the last 2 I don't have is this black car and the police kind of squad car thing. But I mean, with stocks like this, who needs those? So that's it for the car select, really. So let's drop into a game mode. We have Start Online Race, which is like the single player of this online kind of dealio. We have different map difficulties, which is kind of reminiscent of, well, a lot of things in this game are reminiscent of Trackmania, as you'll see when we get in there. So let's just pick a map. They do come in different map difficulties, which does play an effect on how long the track is, how complex it is. They do a good job of gauging it, so you give those a look. They also have user created maps. Go back and look at that. They have different maps and the community can rate them. The only problem I have with the user created maps is I can't really see them or preview them before I pick a map, which could become a problem in the multiplayer, which I'll show you later. But all in all, the community does have a good variety of maps, I can say. They're definitely complicated, and you can use the level editor, which I'll show you near the end because I'm not too good at it at all. But at least it's there. At least it's an option, which is also a good thing. So let's go back in here, pick a very easy map. Maybe no, let's go to an easy map. That one. Okay, you can also choose your opponent number, which is 0 through 6. Seems like a good balance to me. I have show ghost on, I believe, in my settings, so when I complete the lap, it'll show me when I decide to reset. We also have these effects that can come into play, which is rain, night, collision, and bomb car. Alright, as far as rain and night goes, those are pretty straightforward. So is collision. Bomb car isn't too straightforward. I'm not sure what it does. I saw someone explode randomly. I'm not sure if that was because of bomb car, but I'm holding out. But this collision right here, though, if you're racing and you have opponents in the race, I strongly advise turning on collision, because you can do some pretty hilarious revert time things. You could just travel throughout time and just alter the race completely with collision on compared to these ghosts. which is hilarious. Seriously, turn that on. I guess that's it really. You can just set your difficulty as well if you really need to, but I'll just keep it on normal for the sake of this review. Drop in with 3. It'll load. I believe that 3 ghosts, but I'm not sure. So this is basically the map, and as you can see, it's a lot like Trackmania as far as its maps and its assets. Like the assets are directly pulled from Trackmania. It even has Trackmania's name on it. Oh god, I fucked that up. And just like that, like, I fucked that up completely, but there's this revert time feature you can use by hitting and holding E. And you can just rewind that all the way back however far you need to. I really didn't need to go back that far, but this R on the right side of my screen is how many I have, and I don't think it'll tick down until I decide to continue the game. Yep, look at that. It doesn't decide to go off until I reset the... What the fuck? They're already here. Well then, aren't you guys just a bowl of peaches? But that revert time can be really helpful out when you just completely mess up like I did. Other than that, it's just a good feature to have. And there's a scoreboard here. From what I can tell, it is a global scoreboard, but in the multiplayer, when you go to the scoreboard, it does seem to be only for that match and not pertain to the global scoreboard. Holy nuts, somebody did in 7 seconds. That's impressive. And over here is the global chat that I was talking about earlier. It doesn't seem like anyone's typing anything important in here, but hey, it's there if you need it. The only problem I have with some of the races specifically is the finish line and obviously some of the assets. It would help out a lot. For me, it'd do it a lot for me if you had your own assets. Oh god! Just like that. That ghost. I just completely nailed that ghost. If I can rewind that and just knock this guy out. See that? You can just completely alter the reality of the time with this ghost thing. Oh god, I'm not gonna make it. And then, see, that other guy didn't eat it as hard, and he's not gonna make it. But hey, it's not too bad. I kind of like being able to alter time like that. It's kind of quirky. The only problem I have with the racing in particular is the assets. Eventually, I would at least like to see some of your own stuff. And the finish line, for the love of God. The only problem I have with the finish line is this huge, I think you said like a huge cube thing as a finish line. And it doesn't allow me to pass through the node specifically, so I can end the race way back here without going through it. Not a big complaint, but some may like it, some may not. I'm not one of the people that like it, but it feels good. Everything else seems to hold up pretty well. That's literally all I have to complain about on that front. Solid game. At least this game mode is. Well, all the game modes are pretty decent as well. You can also hit the hotkey R to revert back and just reset the game without having to hit start and keep going back through all that nonsense. And there's my ghost, just beating me significantly, and I just ate it again. But it's always a good thing to have time rewinding capabilities. There goes my ghost beating me. There goes everyone. It's strange that I have collision on, but I can't. They don't collide with each other. Only I can collide with them. But hey, what are you gonna do? So, drop out of there. That's about everything on that front. Eventually, when you're not sucking or not on the map you've already done, you'll get medals for doing that between bronze, silver, and gold. This didn't carry over the fourth medal from Trackmania, which was the Founders medal. When you beat a Founders map time, you get a fourth medal for that. It didn't carry that over, but you know, maybe he'll do that again. Also, I've noticed a typo that, you know, may help you out. When you come in first, you get all 3 medals. If you play alone, you get always 1 medal. You might want to fix that typo, but somebody may have not have noticed that, but I did. Just to help you out. If you play alone, you always get one medal. Just a little typo thing. We all do it. We're all horrible at spelling, thanks to technology. Who needs to spell properly when you've got LOL to express all your emotions? But let's go have a look at the multiplayer. And the multiplayer is in beta right now. I don't know what's so beta about it. It seems pretty finished to me, just like the rest of the game. I guess he's just testing out the game modes and stability. Stability is fine. I haven't had any lag issues. And let's look at the host real quick. Alright, so like before, you can still pick throughout the different difficulty of maps and user created maps. There's something strange that I find about this, how you set it up. Like, I could choose a map and then I choose my game type. I don't think that should, I think it should be the other way around. Like, maybe I'm kind of fickle, maybe I want a deathmatch, and then I want to go pick a map that'd be good for a deathmatch, and then maybe I want to do capture the flag mode, and then I do that. But having you choose your map first is kind of strange, especially when you can't preview your maps, or at least the user created ones, which I personally recommend you do when you're doing a custom game type. Like, if you're doing a race, pick any of these. You can, that's fine, any of these and the user ones. But when you're doing like a capture the flag one or a deathmatch, go ahead and try and find a user created one, because the default ones aren't optimized for that at all. They're just pretty silly to play on those. Let's see. Here I can show you an example. Let's go on a hard map. I got unlocked. I just picked that one. Alright, so the 3 different game types we have right now is race, deathmatch, and capture flag. Again, still don't know what bomb car is. You can also password protect your server so no people troll you, or you just let your friends in. All that good stuff. Rain and night, maybe I'll turn that on just to give you a good look at it. You could also set the number of rewinds you have up to 60, which comes in handy if you need them, but be aware that when you rewind, time continues, so you don't rewind your track time at all. It keeps going forward even if you do go back. So use it if you mess up horribly, but you might as well restart because you're not gonna get anything out of it. So turn that on and off. Maybe somebody will join in, maybe somebody won't, but I want to show you this. Since we're switching to deathmatch, you can change between those. Oh yes, there's a zombie mode that was implemented, which puts zombies on the track. I love zombies, seriously though. I don't know why they're there, but I'm glad they're here. I can shoot them. I can have all kinds of fun. That's 10 out of 10. You can also set the limit the car speed. I don't know why you want to do that. Let everyone soar. Let everyone just shoot each other horribly. You can also select between our 3 weapons we have right now. I believe there's a 4th one called the rocket launcher on the way. This is the machine gun, the freezer, and the fire. I'll show you what those do later. Well, I can tell you what they do later, because maybe somebody will join. I'll show you. Other than that, it's pretty much it. There's a capture the flag mode. They have the same kind of setup, but instead of deathmatch, you actually go over and capture the flag. And that's pretty much it. Go ahead and dive in. Alright, so this is what night and rain looks like. I got some lightning going on and stuff like that. And this is where, again, I'm using the controller right now, and it doesn't feel too good. Because to drive forward, you hit Y. And which one was back? Yeah, you hit A to go backwards, which is weird. Specifically in this deathmatch mode. Can I self-destruct myself? And self-destruct myself is a start. That's nice to know. Well then. Well then. That is interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's turn down some of these volume. Can't turn on the rain. I guess that is in the rain. Whatever. So, like I was saying, this is where the controller problem comes to just like, it just feels weird. I'd never drive with Y, that's weird. And I never back up with A. That's why I would like to rebind them. But specifically in the deathmatch mode, I can't control my gun. Like, at all with the controller. I've tried. There's nothing in here. I can't do it. It won't let me. But when you switch over to the keyboard and mouse, your WASD is your drive, and you can snap back in and start shooting with the gun with your mouse when you left click your mouse, which feels a lot better when you can actually use the goddamn gun. I'm gonna switch it to another map so we can see it a little bit better. That's a horrible map. I'll go back on there. Maybe just turning off day and night will help. Switch to deathmatch and go. Alright, so now we can see my car. This is a gun. This is a Gatling gun. Fires pretty well. That's a zombie. Shoot at him. You kill him. That's all you need to know about zombies. Alright, so you got the machine gun. Feels good. Then we got this freezer thing. If you come in contact, if you shoot a beam at an opponent and it comes in contact with them, it'll turn them into a block of ice, make them slide a bit, and they won't be having a very good day for a little bit of time. You could just start, you could shoot them with that, switch to the Gatling gun immediately, and just start unloading on them. And then there's the fire, which seems to ignite players and their cars on fire and do some damage to them. Doesn't have a very high range, as you can see. Come on, zombie. Zombie? Come on, man. Why gotta be like that, man? Come on. This burn. Apparently, zombie don't give a fuck about fire. But you ignore me, motherfucker! Okay. So those were those weapons. Let's just mow those guys down. Do some sick burnouts. That's all you need to know. I think this is probably one of the most interesting features this game has, the deathmatch. It just adds a little bit more than what Trackmania has. Only thing I wish it would do is just get away from it so much. Like, these are maps straight from there. I just would like something different, but this, seriously, this gun feels good. The turret feels good, and the fire feels good. And if somebody would have come in, the hitboxes on your opponents are pretty well, especially for going like at 100 miles an hour and just unloading your Gatling gun in a spray maneuver like that. It actually connects with people. That's also very satisfying. I think I can go ahead and show you the capture flag mode real quick. I guess we can just drop on the same level. Not a big deal. It's about the same. So on the capture the flag, when you pick a team, again, I don't know why, when you start the match, my Gatling gun locks for some reason, so I had to click on it to shoot. And this is what I'm talking about for like capture the flag specifically. It doesn't feel right for the game type. Some texture clipping over there. For these maps, you get a user created map for stuff like this. Oh god, I'll never make that. Yo, self-destruct. Well, time to reset. So seriously though, for this, get a user created map, because the standard default ones don't work too well. At least for this game mode. Maybe for deathmatch, these will be fine. I have the flag, but I'm gonna die. No, self-destruct. Oh man, that's fun. For like that, for like deathmatch, it could be fun. It could be like a Mario Kart kind of situation. But for capture the flag, you're gonna need specific maps. I saw one that was called. Shut up, announcer guy. But for capture the flag, you're gonna have to get a specific map. There was one I saw that was actually called capture It was either capture or capture the flag. I'm not 100% sure on that. It was pretty decent. It looked kind of like a paintball arena. But for if you're doing deathmatch in a kind of race type situation, that could be interesting. You could do a deathmatch race mode. That'd be kind of cool. Race to the finish, but dick over anyone else that tries to stand in your way. See what I mean? No, no, up, up, up. Well, I've clipped the camera through the floor. Up, up. Somebody call someone. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's about it. I think the death race match would if you're gonna do that, maybe you look at a game called what is it called? Gas Guzzlers Extreme. That'd be a good basis for looking at something like that, like a deathmatch race. Oh god, the ground's gone. That needs to stop happening. That's fine. I could kill myself while I'm dead already. That's awesome. Other than that, there's another feature. There's also different camera modes, which comes in handy for, well, there's actually an achievement system, which I'll show you towards the end. There's also a jump, but I'm not sure why you need it. Seems like a good way to get yourself killed. Probably in a deathmatch. Probably what you need it for, but here's a different type of camera mode, which is pretty cool because it looks kind of like a rail shooter type dealio. But that's not the only one. We've got kind of a cockpit camera. Then there's this kind of top-down view. Oh god! Oh god, I'm not good. Not good at top-down. Self-destruct. Reset. This is kind of cool though. This kind of feels like an old arcade game. Although you can't use your perception skills, your depth perception skills on a fucking top down. Anyway, that's about it. That's about all you need to know about that game mode. Right now there's no game, so I can join and bum around in. There is a 2-player split screen. You use WASD for one player and up, down, left, right for the other one. Let's see what that looks like. You put against players, but hey, just put someone in there. Just trying to show off. This is what it looks like. Trying to race. Do a double race. I can't do it. Somebody's getting neglected. Oh god. Oh god. No. I'm horrible at this. I need more friends. I need more local friends. Something quick to show you. Alright, like I said, I'd show you the level editor towards the end, and it is getting towards the end of the review. There's different types of assets you can use to do this. Let's see. There's speed tracks. There's kind of a depth drag around menu thing that you can use. Kind of build it like that. I'm no good at this, just trying to do something quick. Then you can test your track. Why is there clipping on here? Why is there 2-player? But hey, what am I gonna do? I just made this track in like 2 seconds. There's a lot of texture clipping on some of this stuff. I want to keep an eye out on that. I fucked it up. Alright. That's the level editor. Maybe if you're creative and stuff. I'm creative. I just don't have the time to sit down and make something. But you know, you could probably make some pretty kick-ass tracks with those assets in there. What else we got? The hype depth tool, some models. Pick a model. Some buildings, some zombies, a spawn, sign. Pretty decent. You clear all that garbage out. And they do offer a tutorial, so if you have time for that, go do it up. But me personally, I don't. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys was the achievement system. If after all you're doing all this stuff, you might as well get, you know, some appreciation and let somebody know that you know, they're tracking it. So complete all the tracks, some medal rewards, some pretty interesting ones. Like what was an interesting one I saw? This win race with top-down camera. If you do that, you're a champion in my book. And here's some kills. Actually, something recommended. People are crazy about KDs. You might want to track that as well. Something to keep an eye on. But that's about it. That's track racing online. It is completely free. I'll leave a link in the description, and you guys can give them your feedback in the comment section. I'll tell them for you guys. Give them praise. It's a pretty solid game. The only thing I wish it would do is just get away from Trackmania, just a bit. Just stop using the assets, really. Other than that, it's a pretty solid game. Is it worth your time? Of course. It is definitely worth your time. Better than you sir have earned better than Burnout Paradise and Need for Speed The Run. So you are definitely worth the time. I'll definitely keep it and see what updates come along. You guys should definitely check it out. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.